So I've always kind of knew that music was kind of in my blood, mostly because also my ancestors played music, instruments. And at a very young age, I started with drum set at the age of 4.
When I look back on like 6th grade and 7th grade, I think, well, that wasn't that long ago, but it was like 5-6 years ago. So I was, of course, a beginner oboist, really loud, doesn't know what I'm doing, but I was passionate. I had like a fire for playing, and I was ready to like take on anything. And it's crazy how far I've come since then.
It's a family business. It's 5 generations of trumpet players. My mother is a flute player. My grandpa plays percussion. It's a whole thing. But since I was a kid, I always sang. I always took the trumpet. I used to play in a hotel with my family. And yeah, I always kind of knew I loved music.
I think having encouragement around me really helped, especially my mom who teaches violin, and to show me that it could be really rewarding at the end, and that's what kept me going.
I haven't considered quitting, but I will admit there's been times where I've been recording auditions or just practicing, and I've been like, man, I can't get this passage. I'm never gonna get this passage, and it's too late for me. I gotta put down the instrument, it's too late. And then I get through that by taking time away from my instrument, just getting back to why I started the instrument in the first place, because it came from a place of enjoyment and fun. And I think when you work super hard, there can be stress and pressure, but you have to remember the roots and where you came from.
NYO2 differs from other programs in that we're comprised of people from many backgrounds, specifically underrepresented backgrounds. And I think that's really interesting for music, because coming together to play in an orchestra when everyone plays so differently but also so successful at the same time, I think that's really encouraging for all of us.
We're gonna have a week here in Purchase, and after that week we're gonna fly out to Miami and work with the new World Symphony and perform.
Well, first off, I'm really excited to go to Florida because I've never been there, and to like experience the weather and stuff, because it's very different from Alaska. But I feel like that feeling of like going together and just like being on tour together is gonna bring a lot of us closer and like make us be able to bond with each other more.
And then we're gonna fly into Carnegie Hall and perform there to end off our tour. So yeah, super excited for Carnegie Hall. It's just like the big name of halls.
I heard about Carnegie Hall. I've heard about it all my life. My grandmother played there. My mother played there once. I'm going to be able to do it thanks to this program. I'm really happy about that, and I can't wait.
My goal is to learn from my peers and grow musically through this process. I hope I just have a good experience and learn. I'm not sure what I'm going to learn, but I hope I take away something that I'm able to teach my peers back home in Birmingham, and I hope I'm able to actually apply the things I learned from here to my band at high school.
My goal is to step outside my comfort zone. I want to connect with people that maybe I wouldn't have back in Maryland. I want to play music that I wouldn't have picked up back at home. My goal is to embrace myself as a musician. I think having these different perspectives from people all around the country is going to kind of strengthen my own experiences and where I grew up, and I think I can really convey that into my music and become more musical, become more technical, and really become a true artist.
Mainly, I just want to broaden my horizons and become more open-minded. Playing music is not like a one-size-fits-all, so really just learn from other people and try to absorb as much as possible through the rehearsals, through sectionals and performances. Also, with everything that I learned, I'd like to pass on that knowledge to my peers. And as a leader of my own community, I'd like to teach as much as I learn as possible.
I spent my whole childhood practicing, going to concerts, performing recitals. So I've spent almost my whole life playing music. So I knew this was just for me, because this is my future right here.